Hello, guitar players of the world and guitar fan members. Welcome to this easy song lesson. We're going to take a look at the Gordon Lightfoot tune, Sundown. And if I would have known how many people wanted to learn this song, I would have done a video on this a long time ago. So again, this is the easy version of this. All you need is a handful of chords and one simple strumming pattern. If you want like the true to the recording version of this song, you can go either here or the link will be in the description too of the like note for note kind of version of this. And this one, simple as it can get, so you can jump in and play. Now, one thing you should take note of is that I am on capo 2. I have a capo on the 2nd fret, and all these shapes I'm going to be talking about are just assuming like these will be open chords. So the first chord is just an E. Then you need an E7 as well, so you can just make a normal E and take your 3rd finger off. That'll give you E7. You can also put this pinky up here on what will be the 3rd fret from the capo on the B string. That'll give you a little bit different sounding E7 chord. But you can use just the E the entire time if you want to. Any of those three will work, and we kind of use both the E and the E7. But you can get by with just the E. Next chord is just a normal B7. And if you need the chord chart for this, we have the chord chart available for you on guitarfam.com. You'll find the link to that in the description below too. You can download that and follow along with it. So B7. And if you don't know that chord, middle finger, 2nd fret of the A string, 1st finger, 1st fret of the D string, 3rd finger, 2nd fret of the G string, open B, and then high E string with your pinky, 2nd fret. And the only other 2 chords you need are an A major, normal A, and then a D. And that's it. So in this easy version of this tune, I'm using just one strumming pattern throughout the entire song. That way you can just concentrate on getting through the tune and playing through an entire song. And it's just a straight 8th note strumming pattern. So put an E chord on or something like that and just play 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And you want to start off slow, make sure you're relaxed and get that kind of rotational movement in there as you go. Stay relaxed. And the tempo is just going to be about 1, 2, 4. And one thing that I like to do to make the song a little more dynamic is to play 1 and, the first down up on the lower strings, and then the 2nd 2 and right there on the upper strings, on the higher strings. That way it kind of sounds like a kick, snare, kick, snare, kick, snare of a drum kit. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. So you can do that, or you can just strum all 6 strings with 8th notes, but I think this one sounds better. It's worth putting in the effort to do 1, 2, 3, 4. And you don't have to start off that fast. Start off slower, 1 and 2, and just get that coordination down. And you can work on building it up to speed. So now what we have to do is learn the chord progression for each part of the song. So we have an intro, the verse, and the chorus of the song. And once you have that done, all you have to do is plug in those progressions in the right spots, and you're playing through the entire song, which is great. So the intro of the song just starts off on an E major for 4 measures. So 1 and 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4. And then it goes to an E7 for 2 measures, and this is still the intro. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, and then back to an E major for 2 measures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 8 measures for the intro, and you can get by with just a regular E chord for the entire thing if you want. So let me play that intro for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 6, 2, 3, 4, 7, 2, 3, 4, 8, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and that leads us to the main progression for the verse, which maintains the same strumming pattern, so you don't have to change anything there. You just need to memorize the progression. It's an E major for 2 measures, 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you go to a B7 for 1 measure, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then an E major for another measure, 1, 2, 3, 4. So anytime you're playing through one of the verses, this is the progression you're going to use. So E, 2, or B7 for one measure, back to E for one measure. Then right after that, you go into the chorus. So the chord progression for the chorus is just an E for one measure, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and then an A for one measure, 1, 2, 3, 4, then a D for one measure, and then an E again for one measure. That's the main progression for the chorus, but the chorus almost always repeats. So you have that progression, E, A, D, E. And then you'll see some repeat signs in the chord chart. That just means play E, again, A, just do the whole progression again. And at the end of every chorus, he goes back to an E major for a certain amount of bars, which changes after each chorus. And I'll fill you in as we go. But after the first chorus, you just, after that that last E that you play, E, A, D. After this E right here, you do E again. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then it gets you back into verse 2. So that's the main chord progression for the chorus. Now, if you're having trouble getting through this progression, let me give you some tips here. First off, make sure you can go to each individual chord on its own right away before even trying to switch between chords, because if you can't go to the individual open chord shapes, you're going to have a hard time getting through the progression. If you can do that, just work on 2 chords at a time. So take the first 2 chords and work on the E to A of the chorus, right? And then the next 2 chords, A to D, A to D, in your daily practice time. And after some days or weeks, these will really get clean. That's a great way to kind of separate the challenges. So let me play that entire chorus the way it would go the first time through. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Repeat. And then you have the extra bar of E. And then you go right into verse 2, which is the exact same as verse 1. The exact same chord progression. Just play through E, E, B7, back to E. And then it goes into chorus 2, which is the exact same as chorus 1, but when you get to the end of the chorus progression after the repeat, you have 3 bars of an E chord. So just be aware of that. You have 2 extra bars of an E chord this time after you play chorus 2. So let me play chorus 2 for you just so you can get an idea for the feel of it with those extra bars. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Sometimes again, repeat. A, D, E. And then 3 bars of E. You could throw a E7 in here. And then you go right into the verse again. So verse 3 is the exact same as the other 2 verses. So just play E. E again. B7. If you're having trouble, again, with getting these chord transitions just right, don't be afraid to have the last upstroke you do before a chord change be just open string. So on that verse, if you have 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and B7, and that open string strum is a nice stepping stone while you're getting your chord transitions in order. From there, go to chorus 3, which is the exact same thing as you've done. Play the chorus progression twice. So 1, 2, 3, 4. E, A, D, back to E. Do it again, repeat. A, D. Now this is where we would normally go back to an E chord, and we do that, but this is where the guitar solo is too, so we have an extended section of just E to E7, and you have 15 bars. So start on an E, and play 5 bars, or you can just stick with the E throughout this entire thing, that's fine. But if you want to play kind of like he's playing in the recording, you have 5 bars of E. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4. Then you move to an E7 and you have 8 bars of E7. Well, I won't sit there and make you listen to me play 8 bars of an E7, but play the 8 bars of an E7, or you can just stick on an E, and then to wrap the verse up, you have 2 more bars of that E major. So you have 5 plus, what is that, 8 plus 2. 5 plus 8 plus 2, 15. So 15 bars for the bridge or the solo section. And then let's see what goes after that. The verse, it goes into verse 4. Nothing different here. Verse 4 is exactly like all the other verses. E, the B7, E. And it goes right into chorus 4, normal. Same thing. Repeat. B. And then it goes to an E7 for 1 measure. After that 1 measure of E7 to wrap up chorus 4, you go to what I would consider the outro chorus. So you just do the chorus progression again, but you just do it 1 time this time. So E. And that leads you to the outro, which is just flipping back and forth between an E and an E7. So you have a measure of E, then a measure of E7, measure of E, measure of E7, and 2 measures actually, and then E for the rest until the song fades out. So really all you have to do to get through the song is memorize the chord progressions for the verse and the chorus, and then plug everything in the right spots and memorize how many measures of E are between each verse and each chorus, which can be a little bit weird, but if you download the PDF chord chart on guitarfam.com, that'll help you kind of keep track of where you are. Try to make it as condensed and easy as possible to read on that chart. And if you're having trouble with any of the basics here, clean chords, strumming, chord transitions, go to guitarfam.com, create your complimentary account, and start going through the Guitar Foundations course. It's really fantastic for getting all of those basics down. If you have any questions, just email us, support@guitarfam.com. Let me get Chelsea in here and we will play through the entire song for you.
Back in her satin dress, in a room where you do what you don't confess. Sundown, you better take care if I find you've been creeping round my back stairs. Sundown, you better take care if I find you've been creeping round my back stairs. She's been looking like a queen in a sailor's dream, and she don't always say what she really means. Sometimes I think it's a shame, and I get feeling better when I'm feeling no pain. Sometimes I think it's a shame when I get feeling better when I'm feeling no pain. I can picture every move that a man could make, getting lost in her love and is your first mistake. Sundown, you better take care if I find you've been creeping round my back stairs. Sometimes I think it's a sin when I feel like I'm winning, then I'm losing again. hard-loving woman got me feeling me. Sometimes I think it's a shame when I get feeling better when I'm feeling the pain. Sundown, you better take care if I find you've been creeping round my back stairs.